come up on my knee like a good little fellow. Well, why don't you say something?
I'm waiting for you to open my mouth. Howdy, folks. Jerry speaking.
That's the boy.
What's the matter, Phil? You look down in the mouth tonight.
Why, I'm not feeling very well. I'm afraid I'm getting old.
Cheer up, I'm getting old myself.
Yes, but like you, I was quite young once.
You'd be surprised if I told you how young I was once.
Here, young man, what does this mean? Look at your clothes. Why, they're full of holes.
I was playing grocery store with the gang, and I was the cheese.
Why, you don't expect me to swallow that.
What, the cheese?
Oh, that story. You've been fighting again, that's what's happened. Now I'll have to buy you a new suit.
That's nothing. The other guy's pop will have to buy him a new boy. Jerry speaking.
Say, young man, who gave you that black eye?
They didn't give it to me. I had to fight for it.
Well, what started the fight?
That red and white sweater I had on.
Why, how could a red and white striped sweater start a fight?
They thought it was a stick of peppermint and started to lick me.
Oh, I'm afraid you're exaggerating.
Come again?
I say I'm afraid you're exaggerating, stretching the truth. Do you know what happens to boys who do that?
Sure, they grow up and get jobs selling real estate. Jerry speaking.
Speaking of real estate, I understand you have some new neighbors living next to you.
Yeah, and the way they borrow stuff lately, the next time I give a party, it'll have to be at their house.
Why, there are quite a few girls in the family, aren't there?
Yep, the oldest one is 32.
Well, who comes after her?
Nobody yet, but I heard her old man say the first guy that did could have her.
Oh, you're entirely too smart for your age. You must be a star pupil in school.
I went to sleep in school the other day.
You went to sleep in school? Well, did the teacher lecture you?
Yeah, that's what put me to sleep.
Oh, how do you expect to learn anything if you sleep during your classes? What will you be when you grow up?
I could be a night watchman. Jerry speaking. Hey, Phil, look how you're dressed. You got the right shoe on the left foot.
Why, what are you talking about? I've got the left shoe on my left foot.
Well, that's the right shoe for the left foot, isn't it?
Here, none of that. Speaking of feet, I've been shopping all day. The stores certainly are crowded.
Yeah, I went to pay for something the other day and I found my hand in the other fellow's pocket.
Well, you'd better be more careful. Say, Jerry, maybe you can help me decide what to get that tall, red-headed friend of mine for his birthday. He doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink, or play cards.
Get him a hot water bottle. Jerry speaking. Hey, Phil.
Well, what is it now?
Do you know the difference between a man and a woman buying presents?
No, what is the difference?
A man will give $2 for a dollar thing he wants, and a woman will give $1 for $2 things she doesn't want.
Say, young man, what I think of it. You were very rude the other day, do you know that?
What do you mean, rude?
Why, when that lady came in, you sat there without rising.
Well, what about it?
Don't you know that a gentleman always rises when a lady comes in the room?
No.
Well, they do.
Well, I'll be darned. Who started that now?
Why, that's an old custom handed down from our forefathers.
Did you have forefathers?
Oh, I suppose you think that's funny.
Speaking of that, I heard a fella say you were quite a wit today.
A what?
One of those funny fellas, a wit.
Well, what of it?
I told him he was half right.
Here, that's enough from you. If you don't mend your ways, I'll leave you home after this.
If you ever did get starved to death. Jerry speaking.
Here, get back in the trunk.